Not one step back.
Hello, it's your charismatic cult leader Midnight in that plain white shirt, and since it's been a while, today I'm back with some more competitive tech guides for the ladder. And today we will cover the third Imperial Warlord on this channel. Imperial Fist Warlord on this channel, Cambaudias. We had Sigismund, we had Dorn, and this guy actually kept me in the top 10 for a couple days. I hope this will last until the end of the month. And I kind of think he is the strongest of the three, or even the four. He's even better than Pollux in my opinion. Anyway, what are the Imperial Fists about? Just briefly, the whole gimmick is Bastion. Bastion is basically defensive health, so health which applies only when the unit is not attacking, so it kind of functions as a shield. I won't go over all this stuff, let's just check the deck. So our Warlord is Cambaudias. He is very simple. For 2 energy you put in play as 1 sentry turret. Like, he was deemed really boring and all that stuff and basic, but this doesn't mean that he's bad. He actually opens up huge combo potentials, and as mentioned, I found him to be the strongest of the 4 Imperial Fist Warlord currently in the meta. He kinda struggles a bit against other board spammers like Lucretia because she simply does the board spam part better. Also hyper aggressive warlords like Khan tend to pressure him a lot, but besides that, he really has almost only good matchups. And why? Because his ability, it requires an answer, you know? Like, you have Vulcan and his Sorokantas, or whatever they called. Like, if you look at them, obviously the Sorokanta is better than the turret. Why? Because you can decide where the Sorokanta attacks, and also he has survival 1, so he needs 2 actions to be removed. Sentry turret is only 1 attack, and it is removed by a simple warlord attack, and the warlord will only take 2 damage. But the enemy warlord is forced to remove the sentry turret, while the Sorokantas can't be ignored because, well, you ignore them and then Vulcan starts to spawn with his ability, not more hunters. He then spawns the teaching, which are not that great, so it doesn't really matter. I hope this is a good example. And anyway, other bad matchups are kind of raw from time to time because he ignores frontline, Scoreborn because he simply wipes by himself our whole board, and there was another one, Lucius, but he is not that popular right now, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, as mentioned, besides that, he really does a great job. We're playing a whole combo deck, really focus on structure synergies and powerhouse cards which buff our other structures or make them go pew pew and all that stuff. We'll see what I mean. It wasn't very well explained, sorry. So anyway, first card here is Drilling Sight. This card here is very vital. Why? Because we can simply use it for our ability. Very simple example. We have Fortified Outpost at 3 energy, you play the Fortified Outpost, you follow with Drilling Sight and put a turret in play, and then it shoots immediately, so instant value. Not the best use for it, but go for it. For example, if you have, let's say, Sergeant Amand on turn 2, so on 3 energy, play the Amand, follow up with Drilling Sight and a turret, because you're usually, if the enemy warlord doesn't have unstoppable or any kind of direct damage early on, you will have to go past the man first before he can attack the turret. So the turret will get very likely Bastion 1 in the process. Yeah, just an example. Besides that, this is our combo enabler. Really good card. There's no way you can skip it here in my opinion. Then Command Bridge goes in almost any deck. What we want to fish for early on is probably Stalwart Defenders. This is not that important here, but still. And besides that, just go for the combo pieces. Then we got Haranburg. Goes really well with Drilling Sight, so also very good early play here, for example, is Kestros. You play Haranburg on 3 energy, Drilling Sight, Kestros, and on turn 2, so at 3 energy, you suddenly have 2 Kestros and 2 turrets. Really good. Just an example. Besides that, you can use it on Gorhagens, of course. Optimal value here. Even Prometrial Defensive Reckless Whirlwind, doesn't matter. It works on anything here in this deck. Except maybe a lot more kill. But besides that, use it on anything which, in your eyes, provides value at that moment. Then you have Praetorian Recruit, as always. Really versatile and good troop. For 2 damage, he can either flank something for 3 damage, or at 4 energy, you can play him as basically a 3-4 frontline. And then we get Terraforming. Playing a turret is not always the best turn 1 play. Like, as you see, we don't have that many cards you want to play on turn 1. So we have Malkiel, and that's basically it. Maybe Command Bridge. If you have a Warlord, which doesn't rely on his ability that much. It's sometimes better to play the terraforming. Why we include terraforming? Well, we have 4 structures here in this deck. We have the fortified outpost and the perimeter defenses. Both of these cards are vital for this deck to function. That's why this card kind of fishes for them, and I found it very important and very good. It also reduces the cost, which makes the combos with Sustained Barrage or Fortified Outpost more easy. Then we got Lord Malkiel. What makes him really good here is you play him turn 1, and he accelerates your curve, so on turn 2 you can already play Stalwart Defenders, for example. He accelerates your curve to 4 energy, and then if you played Stalwart Defenders he also gets Bastion, meaning that he will be a lot harder to kill. And that's basically it. I found him a better alternative than the Asteroid spell simply because of the Bastion thing. Melgator. He's here for the tempo swings, that's his main purpose as always, but in some situations you can also bounce your own stuff. Good stuff to bounce on your own is maybe Fortified Outpost if it's damaged, but yeah, not really. Best stuff is Kestros actually because of the rally, or Stalwart perimeter defenses. So the perimeter defenses itself, so the 2-4 structure, if it gets damaged, on the next turn bounce it back to your hand and replay it, so you can 2 turrets again. Basically, we want to profit from strong rally effects. Funneling Sword also works, but it's a bit expensive. So yeah, but just an example, usually you obviously want him to make tempo swings. Fortified Outpost, as mentioned, key card here. It enables our turrets to shoot on the end of our turn, and that's basically it. It's a really good troop, keep it alive, use it smart. Not much to say here. Kestros, so to say, best turn to play. Puts a little front line and a turret in play. Usually the Warlord, the enemy Warlord will have to deal with him first and then with the turret, and then during that time you can just spam Camba's ability and multiply your turrets, and then you get out of control. This is basically how this deck wins. Then we got Sergeant Demand, also a very good 3-drop. Usually I try not to attack with him unless I have something on the board. And yeah, he's simply a 3-5, very good against aggro. When you want to attack with him is when you, as mentioned, have something on the board, so that the Bastion 1 triggers and the Rage triggers and all your units get Bastion 1, and that's basically it. Sustained Barrage. This is one of our combo pieces, and also kind of a win condition. It deals 2 damage to random enemy for 3 energy, that's it, but you repeat this effect for each friendly structure in play. So again, Cambaudias' ability comes into play. If you have something on the board, let's say Fortified Outpost and maybe another turret, you play Cambaudias' ability, Sustained Barrage, and that's 8 damage for 3 energy, basically, and you get a turret. So 5 energy, get a turret, and deal 8 damage randomly on the enemy's board. It's insane. It works really well, kind of a finisher, and great here. Fortification Mastery is also kind of a combo piece. Usually we don't want to play it on turn 2, simply because the turrets are unprotected. You can of course pair it with Stalwart Defenders, but it's best used if you use it alongside with Sustained Barrage, or maybe just as you gun for it if you have a drilling sight in hand or something. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and of course it also works with Fortified Outpost. Then we have got Hagen Squad. These are actually our hard hitters, so like one of the few troops in this deck which don't rely on passive damage. Also, combo potential here, I don't know. For example, you are on, let's say, 5 energy, play Fortification Mastery, Drilling Sight, go Hagen Squad. They will be a 5-6, which is already good. Always try to play them when you have at least 2 other troops on the board, because then they become good. 4 energy for 5 is not bad, but it's not that worth it, and it can be Melgator. So as mentioned, rule of the thumb, play them only if you have at least 2 other units on the board, and as mentioned, also prime target for Harandorg. Stalwart Defenders, great card. It's really with bread and butter on any Imperial Fist deck. It's actually not that great or important here because we kind of want to seal the game earlier than other Imperial Fist Warlords, but still, it's very great value. If you can afford it against slower decks, like for example Santa, this will totally slow him down and win you the game. Other than that, you should probably not play it on turn 3 and focus more on building a board first before you drop it. Then we have Perimeter Defenses, also very important troop here. This combos well with if you played Stalwart Defenders the turn before, or of course Sustained Barrage, Justiciar Gunfleet, and so on and so on. Rocklush Whirlwind. Well, we don't have any removal in this deck. We go full combo, full retard, as you saw, but I thought this is just too good to not include. This is basically an artillery strike with a 5-5 body, so a 4 energy card and 5-5 body for 6 energy. Great card. Fenling's Waters. This is basically one of our tools against aggro. Also kind of a late game threat, more or less. They protect our turrets, they protect ourselves. I thought them very good here. They also function well with Corhagan squad if you follow up, or Justiciar Gunfried. Very good troop. Then Justiciar Gunfried himself, I think this is the most busted Imperial Fist legendary. Like if you have, I don't know, 2 turrets on the board, this dude does 9 damage across the enemy's board, and so on, also providing a pretty good body for 8 energy. It's not the best, but it's solid, and the rally effect is just insane. It sometimes wins you on the spot. Like, you play him when you have a full board, it's a bit of a more, but still, you instantly win the game at that point. And at last but not least, we got Phalanx. Pretty good card. I thought, yeah, it's a bit expensive here for this deck, but I still thought it's good to not include. You can replenish your health. No, not really health, you get Bastion. You draw 4 cards, so you replenish your hand and health. And then refill for energy, so you can still play something on the turn. Great card. Sometimes the games actually last even with Cambaudias so long. I found it very important here, really good. No reason not to include it. So as you saw, we have no removal in this deck, no anti-stealth, no tag. Like, it's pure combo, yeah, and this is how this deck wins, very straightforward. Actually, you win also really early. As I said before, he's not like the other Imperial Fist Warlord, which profit from dragging out the game. He really want to establish board presence as fast as possible and overwhelm our opponents, and then finish them off with our combos like Sustained Barrage, Justiciar Gunfried, and so on. Yeah, so that's for the deck, that's how I run it, but of course, as usual, I got some more cards which you could include if you disagree with me on some of my choices or are missing some cards. And we start off with Exim Support. He obviously functions well with the structures we play. Yeah, we can even use him with our ability, so like play turn 1 Eximov, then turn 2 play Cambaudias ability, and then you have like the Eximov support and the 1/4 turret. But he just is a waste of deck space in my opinion. Sounds harsh, but it is what it is. He doesn't provide that much value. He will usually die the turn after he's played. If you draw him late game, he's a terrible top deck. So yeah, I skipped on him. Shield Cover, it's a good card. It cycles itself and gives something 3 health, or 3 bastion so to say. It has no particular synergy here, that's why I skipped it. Himalaysian Architecture. This adds another combo to our already many combos. I didn't want too many combos here, so I kinda skipped on it. I wanted still a solid Imperial Fist core. But I saw it like once in another Cambaudias, it was insane. But I think still what does the trick here. And yeah, it can be a dead card at times. Retribution. As you saw, yeah, I don't run Hulk removal here in this deck. I simply don't need it that much here, to be honest. I don't want any dead cards in my hand. Really sometimes vomit our hand with Drilling Sights, Renberg and all that stuff. So yeah, it's obviously a good card. It's good removal. It's kind of win more, but not really. You can combo it really well with Fortification Mastery or something, so the cost gets reduced. But yeah, we don't really need it here. Like, trust me, it's still a good card. Include it if you want, but it's not necessary. It's not mandatory like another Imperial Fist in my opinion. Then we got Defender of Terra. As mentioned, Phalanx is also already a bit expensive for this deck because we sealed the game off earlier. But as the game drags on, I think this card is insane. It can swing the game in your favor again just by playing 1 card. But yeah, it's 10 energy, so might be a dead drop if you draw it too early. Then some neutral cards. First of all, Ita Kappa. I think this is a good alternative to Corhagan squad. Corhagan squad needs a setup. Ita Kappa is big by itself, and you will almost always have something on the board, so the stun won't trigger. But yeah, it's situational, and Corhagan's usually did the trick for me. Alpha Slider is a good versatile card. It's mainly here in this deck, so you can add it in this deck mainly for the energy manipulation thing. Because yeah, Drilling Sights is good, but having Alpha Sliders backing it up is even better. Crucial Choice, it's an insane card of course, but yeah, it just slows us down. We don't need that. We need insane tempo with this deck. And we also don't really need finishes or board clears, because we have, as mentioned, Sustained Barrage and Justiciar Gunfried. Sure, we need a setup for that, but I was usually doing fine with a Crucial Choice. Supply lines, I think one-off of this card goes well in this deck to draw a Workload for Gunfried, and that's basically it. Imperial Capital, this would be the terraforming alternative, but it doesn't fit our curve that much, and the cost reduction is also not that important. I thought to have something to play on 2 energy better here than some more cards to play on 3 energy, and yeah, that's why I decided for terraforming over Imperial Capital. As mentioned, we also have no text, so no anti-stealth, but if you are for some reason struggling against stealth, I would suggest Secretary Peltas as anti-stealth tech. We don't really need to inform a network like breaking the stealth. We don't need that because we don't have that much targeted damage. We want to stall that for a turn, so maybe our turret then should sit next turn if it's something with 4 health or something, you know? But this deck simply doesn't need anti-stealth. All this damage usually comes in directly, and Raven Guard already having a hard time anyway because, well, first of all, we're going wide, and Raven Guard don't have that much good AoE besides maybe guerrilla warfare. And well, they are assassins, sneaky assassin dudes, so kind of being single target is their thing. And Sentence, the whole gimmick of Raven Guard, it doesn't apply in Bastion, so yeah, it's a really bad matchup for him anyway, so I saw no reason to include any stealth here. And at last but not least, Mount Horus. It's kind of a meme. If you saw my first Cambaudias stream, I was playing this card. It's a huge Malgator bait, it's big sad if it's getting dropped, but it kind of works here because it's a structure, so it synergizes with our combos, and it has a relentless effect, which works with fortified outposts, so if you still want, you can include it, but from the competitive view, it's not very great. So I hope this wasn't too fast. I was babbling a bit and all that stuff, but yeah, it's probably easier if you see this deck in action. This looks a bit weird, and maybe I explain it also a bit weird. But yeah, we are place 8 currently, and I would say we can climb a bit, and maybe I can show you some cool games. Let's jump into the first one. Corbex. Okay. Don't see that guy that often. Let's see how he does. So, I'm gonna keep terraforming. Spawning a turret doesn't make that much sense against him.
Not one step back. This reality makes me hungry.
Outpost, okay. Okay, no turn 1 play for him. Fine by me. Let's get Stalwart Defenders, I guess. And spawn a turret. Okay. Let's set up Stalwart. And that's probably it for now. Okay. That's great. Let's play perimeter defenses. Tauren recruit, the drilling side. Kill that, and we kill the demonette. So yeah, now he can like poison all my stuff, but this will cost him the whole turn. Yeah, he hit both turrets, that's very unfortunate. I'm probably not gonna play Sustained Barrage yet, I'm gonna play on curves, so spawn a turret and a Grohagen squad. So he can poison everything again. What's that card? Okay, I'm not gonna attack him yet then. So let's play Kestros. Let's play another turret. And a 45 outpost. Not gonna attack yet as mentioned. Only if he poisons it. But yeah, his weird plays is basically where he loses now. The good tempo from perimeter defenses into drilling side really saved us the game here. Almost just a state. Okay. But yeah, he basically lost here because we got gunfreed. And this kills him even. This is a huge overkill. I also had 3 damage here. And yeah, that's game. Center. That's actually a good matchup for us. Sounds weird, but because he has so many AoEs. But we can deal with that. Gonna keep Command Bridge. We need the Stalwart Defenders.
Not one step.
And we got a very good turn 1 play
You
here.
are not so scared.
Let's just play Malkiel, and I'm also gonna go face. We don't want to drag the game out that much. Alright. Let's play Command Bridge. Yeah, that's unfortunate. No Stalwart Defenders, so I'm probably gonna go with Terraforming. And then play him out. But no. Ah, God damn it. That sucks. That he hit with 50-50 here. Yeah, he's Stalwart. I'm also gonna keep hitting face. Next turn I can hopefully terraform into Pyramidal. Or actually, I can play a turret and play Grohagen next turn, I see. Mercator. I don't mind that being around for now, to be honest. It's not a big deal, so I'm just gonna play turret and a Grohagen squad. Maybe I could have like Mercator, but I don't think it's that important. Alright. And faces the place. Alright. Let's draw terraforming. Or yeah, outpost. Not a big fan of that. So what are we gonna do here? I can mill him. Like I don't wanna give this back to hand, so I'm probably gonna give 2 back to hand. And then play this, and trade here. If he has, what's it called? Well, of Cardinal, it's actually fine, I think. Yeah, he has it. God damn it. Rip outpost. Okay, let's play another turret and fill up the country. That's 9 damage. I think that's good value. I'd like to finish this before he plays the hammer. Ah, god damn it. He actually has a front line. Back, who would have guessed? And last rifles. Okay. So that's perfect actually. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And sustained barrage. Need a couple good hits. Nope. Nope. Yep. Yeah, well. One hit too much on the last rifle, otherwise he would have won. Hammer clears my board, but he still dies. He had all those cards, but didn't help me in the end. Ah, fucking Khan. Going second sucks, I don't need any of that. Stalwart defense is gonna be too slow.
Not one step back.
Malkiel can do some work.
I am the Eightfold Path.
Unless he has bikes, then I'm gonna lose. Good things. And both fight engagement miss, but that can only mean that he has bikes. So I'm gonna do that. This is weird, but I think it's the right play, because if he has bikes, yeah, he's just gonna kill them, and I need the energy here. That's okay. Hit the duty ones, please. Nope. Alright. Let's command bridge into Stint Barrage is gonna be needed. And let's play Malkiel again. Not gonna hit that because it's gonna absorb some pings, hopefully. Yeah, well, who would have guessed? Not hitting a second time. Could set up Stalwart here for defenses next turn, and I think that's probably fine. Mortar. And I'm almost dead. Yeah, that's what I meant, that playing Stalwart defenders is sometimes not that good against Khan in these matchups. Now I really need to bulk up with Praetorian recruits and all that stuff. And bouncing Melgator really fucked me up. No survivors. Okay. Double bikes. So let's see. Do I have lethal? I think I do indeed. Cause that's game. That's damage. And then 2 shots. Holy crap. Stalwart in the end still did it for me. Phew. Alright boys, I think this showcased the deck pretty well. And this should be it for today. As you see, it's pretty good. Oh, let's open the daily chest. Hope you like it. Hope you will try it, my boy Camba chat. And well, I'm surprised that he turned out to be like the best Imperial Fist Warlord, because, you know, he was kind of deemed so boring and all that stuff, and his ability basic and like non-impactful at all. But yeah, as you see, he functions really well. We're still in the top 10. We didn't really climb, I think. But anyway, I hope you still enjoyed the games. I hope to see you soon in another video. There are also a lot of other deck guides on my channel, check out those. We have community requests, so basically you tell me a warlord you want to see on the ladder. I make a deck for him from scratch, and then we take him to ladder, or in some cases to high elo practice. event gameplay also there. World Cup matches. The last World Cup match is gonna be played on Saturday against Australia. I'm playing against Big Pippy again. Stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you then. Midnight out.